Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you could be here with me today. My name is Christopher, and welcome to Storytime. Just before we get started, though, I wanted to ask that if you do enjoy the things you see on AADL.tv, you can go ahead and click the like button, and that helps people know what we're up to at AADL. Okay? All right, so let's get started today. You know how I like to begin. There's a little song called Clap Everybody and Say Hello. And it goes like this. Clap everybody and say hello, say hello, say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Welcome to Story Time. Now, you know what we say at my house. Most things go better with banjo. I don't know if that's exactly true or not, but let's add some banjo. Clap everybody and say hello, say hello, say hello. Clap everybody and say hello. Welcome to Story Time. Now, I know lots of you know how to say hello in another language. So I've prepared a few words in some other languages for you today. Let's do Welsh first. Smile. Clap everybody and say smile, say smile, say smile. Clap everybody and say smile. Welcome to Story Time. How about Latin? That's useful. Salve. Clap everybody and say salve, say salve. Let's try it again. Clap everybody and say salve, say salve, say salve. Clap everybody and say salve. Welcome to Story Time. How about Zulu? Sawubona. Clap everybody and say sawubona, say sawubona, say sawubona. Clap everybody and say sawubona. Welcome to Story Time. All right. Welcome, everyone. Well, before we get started with some stories, I want to get some exercise in. Get some blood moving, and you know the best way I know to do that is with a friend of mine called the Grand Old Duke of York. And you know, he had a lot of men. He had 10,000. That's a lot. And if you don't know it, you will by the time we're done. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. You got it? Okay. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. Let's pick up some speed here, okay? The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, you're neither up or down. All right. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. Well, I did prepare some stories on a certain theme today. Do you want to know what it is? Me too. It's the letter S. I think that looks better that way, doesn't it? Now, do you know any words that start with S? I can think of a few. There's slippery, squeeze, signpost. But today, we don't have any stories about things that are slippery or squeezy or signposty. We do have some good stories about things that are silly. And I know that some of you, if not all of you, love some silly stories. So let's get started. The first story I want to tell you is called The Other Side of Town. And I thought I would read the Kirkus review for you. It's called Delightfully Mind-Stretching. Get ready to ponder, giggle, and fully appreciate. So I think that you might. Well, let me tell you something. I drive a cab in New York City, a taxi in the Big Apple. And I drive people everywhere they want to go. I drive celebrities and regular people. I drive rich people and poor people. I take them all over town, wherever they want to go. The airport, Soho, anywhere. Well, one day I'm sitting in my cab. It's kind of a lousy day. Traffic bad. Lunch was horrible. Not much business. And this odd-looking fella pops into my cab and he says, "Hey, take me to Schmeeker Street." And I said, "You mean Bleecker Street, right?" "No, Schmeeker. It's on the other side of town." Well, I haven't heard of it, but if you can give me good directions, I'll take you there. Okay. Well, so I'm driving around. We go past the bus station, past the wharf, down by the river, to a dead end. It's a blank brick wall. What now? Whoops, that's my line. What now? Well, just watch. And you know what he did? He pulls out a fancy remote control, hits a button, and the wall changes. And it opens up, and he says, "Keep driving." And I did. I drove right in. And I said, "What is this place?" "Ah, come on. It's the Finken Tunnel." Finken Tunnel? You mean Lincoln Tunnel, right? Nah, Finken Tunnel, named after Gabe Finken. Well, anyway, we drove and drove, and this character pulls out the newspaper, and he's reading the sports section. And I said, "Hey, you like sports?" "Yeah, I love the Spankies." "Spankies? You mean the Yankees, right?" "Nah, Spankies. Everyone roots for the Spankies on the other side of town." Well, we're driving along, and it's pretty weird in that tunnel. We're kind of just like flying through space. And there's a bunch of big black spots all over. And he says, "Watch out for the spot holes." "You mean potholes, right?" "Nah, spot holes. Everyone hates them on the other side of town." Well, I did my best. I tried to avoid everything, but I swerved and I ran right in to a big spot hole, and everything went dark. He says, "Turn on your snog lights." And I said, "You mean fog lights, huh?" "Nah, snog lights." Well, just then, fortunately, we popped out of the spot hole right into the middle of the street. It was so busy and crowded. And I said, "Hey, this looks like rush hour." "Nah, come on, man. This is mush hour." "Mush hour? Are you kidding me?" "Nah, really." Well, we kept driving, and finally I got him home. But before he left the cab, I said, "Hey, how do I get home? Where's the Brooklyn Bridge?" "Brooklyn? You mean Schnooklyn." Well, he gave me directions to the Schnooklyn Bridge. "It's amazing!" And as I was crossing it, I had to agree. It was pretty cool. But just then, I drove into another spot hole, and everything went dark, and I thought, what do I do now? Well, I looked in the back of the cab, and there was his remote because he forgot to take it. Yeah, you did. You forgot it. So I saw some buttons on there, and one of the buttons said exit. So I clicked it. And just then I was back on Times Square. Yay! Whew. Well, I made it home to my house that night. And I just got in the door and I was going to say, "You'll never believe who I picked up in my cab today." And I looked at my family and I looked at the table and my wife said, "Dear, we're having tweetloaf and gravy." And I said, "You mean meatloaf and gravy?" And she said, "No, it's very popular on the other side of town." The end. And I hope that was delightfully mind-stretching. All right. I think it's about time for another banjo song. It's a silly one. And I'll try my best to get through it, okay? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, "Did you ever see a moose kissing a goose down by the bay? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail down by the bay? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a fly wearing a tie down by the bay? Couple more verses. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, Did you ever see a bear combing his hair down by the bay? Down by the bay, where the water runs well. Back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, did you ever have a time when you couldn't find a rhyme or play the banjo? Down by the bay. All right. I've got another great story for you today called P is for Pterodactyl, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. It's a silly one, I'm going to warn you. A is for aisle, but you notice the sound of the word is an I. B is for delium. Delium, I believe. And this is a good one. Z is for czar. D is for Djibouti. And E is for you. F is not for photo, phlegm, phooey, or phone. G is for gnocchi or gnocchi. H is for air. I is not for eye. J is for hyali. K is for night. L is not for Ellie. M is for mnemonic. N is not for not. O is for Ouija. P is for pterodactyl. Q is for quinoa. Yum, yum. R is not for R. S is for seas. T is for tsunami. U is not for you. V is for 5. It's a good thing we did some Latin earlier. W is for wren. X is for xylophone. Y is not for why. And Z is for Zhivago. All right, good listening. That is a pretty silly and fun book, isn't it? All right. I think we're ready for some dancing. And I think my taxi cab fare can help us dance today. You ready? Oh, dance any way you want to, dance any way you please, dance any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Hop any way you want to, hop any way you please. Hop any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Oh, swim any way you want to, swim any way you please. Swim any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Oh boy, after all that dancing and swimming and hopping, I'm just about ready for a little rest, aren't you?
Yeah, they like to rest on the other side of town, too.
Sounds pretty good. Oh, sleep any way you want to, sleep any way you please. Oh, sleep any way you want to, but stop when I say freeze. Oh, okay, I guess no sleeping. You woke me up. All right, thank you. Let's see. Oh, I've got another very special book to read to you today. It's an old one. It's one of my favorites. It's called Nothing Ever Happens on My Block by Ellen Raskin. And if you'll look at all the stories, there's lots of things going on in each page. My name is Chester Filbert. I live at 5264 West 177th Street. Some places have marching bands. Or haunted houses. Courageous hunters hunting. Ferocious lions and tigers. Pirates and buried treasure. Deep sea divers. Monsters, astronauts, spies, unclimbed mountains to climb. Even fireworks. Oh, but nothing ever happens on my block. When I grow up, I'm going to move. The end. I really like that story. All right, I think we're ready for the pirate song. You ready? Oh, when I was one, I sucked my thumb on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea. When I was 2, I tied my shoe on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, "Oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." When I was 3, I tapped my knee on the day I went to sea. I jumped aboard a pirate ship, and the captain said to me, "Oh, you'll go this way, that way, forwards, backwards, over the deep blue sea." All right. I think it's just about time now for Knees Up, Mother Brown. And before I let you go today, I wanted to remind you that I'll be back tonight at 8 o'clock for some nice, calm stories to put you to bed. And I think that you'll really enjoy that too. Okay? All right. We're going to try this special board for Mother Brown today, okay? Here we go. There was a girl from France who didn't know how to dance. The only thing that she could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. And sit back down. There was a boy named Chester Filbert who was not very alert. The only thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the knee breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. And sit back down. I guess things are a little bit clunky today on the porch. Oh, pterodactyl starts with a P. Why does it? Don't ask me. The only other thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Last verse. There was a teeny tiny man who loved to do handstands. Oh, not today. The only other thing that he could do was knees up, Mother Brown. Oh, knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. Super fast. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, Mother Brown. Knees up, never let the breeze up. Knees up, Mother Brown. All right. Wiggle, wiggle fingers right up to the sky. Wiggle, wiggle fingers and wave them all goodbye. Thank you for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.